Israeli forces killed 4 Palestinians in the Gaza Strip during a massive demonstration on the anniversary of the start of the Great March of Return rallies. Over 100 people have also been injured in Saturday's protest. Tens of thousands of Gazans have gathered along the so-called buffer zone in the east of the enclave to mark a year since they launched their weekly anti-Israeli protests. The Palestinian resistance movement Hamas says the huge turnout of people in the Great March of Return demonstrations shows that Palestinians will continue to support the resistance.
The people have gone out today to confirm holding on to their land, rights, their right to return, and that they choose resistance, and they are saying to the worthless, to the people who try to normalize the situation, that they are on the right track with God's blessing without going back or hesitation, no matter how great the sacrifice is reached.
Yahya al-Sinwar added that Saturday marked both the anniversary of the start of protests and the beginning of a new year of marches. The protest campaign started on March the 30th last year to demand an end to the Israeli occupation of the Palestinian territories. Protesters are also demanding the right of return for millions of Palestinian refugees.
Mass rallies were held in the besieged Gaza Strip, marking the first anniversary of the Great March of Return. The peaceful action began on March 30th, 2018, to demand the complete lifting of the Israeli blockade, as well as the right of return for the Palestinian refugees to their homeland. Saturday's huge demonstrations turned violent after Israeli forces began shooting unarmed protesters. Palestinians, however, say they will continue to stand up for their rights despite the regime's aggression against them.
We have been suffering and deprived of our basic rights, and despite the large number of martyrs and injuries, we will continue to protest peacefully against the Israeli occupation until we achieve our goals.
The deadliest day of the weekly rallies was on May the 14th, 2018, the eve of the 70th anniversary of Palestinian Nakba Day. On that day, which coincided with Washington's relocation of its embassy from Tel Aviv to occupy Jerusalem and Quds, Israeli forces shot and killed 63 protesters in a single day.
On
the 43rd anniversary of the Palestinian Land Day, which also marks the first anniversary of this peaceful action, we affirm our adherence to our homeland and to the right of return for all Palestinian refugees. Our national rights can never be forgotten, and we are willing to sacrifice our lives for the sake of liberating our land.
Rights groups have accused the Israeli regime of adopting a zero-tolerance policy toward the peaceful protests by killing women, children, journalists, and even paramedics in indiscriminate shootings.
The whole world must understand that after 1 year of the Great March of Return rallies and after more than 7 decades of Israeli occupation, the Palestinian people will not give up an inch of their land. Today, people here from all walks of life continue to hold sacred the right of return to the land of their ancestors.
According to the Palestinian Ministry of Health, Israeli forces have killed over 260 Gazans and injured some 30,000 others since the peaceful rallies started last year.
The anniversary of the Great March of Return comes days after the publication of the UN Independent Commission of Inquiry's report, which concluded that Israeli forces have committed serious violations of international law in their response to the peaceful demonstrations. Ashraf Shanan, Press TV, Gaza.